I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. All hands on deck, Admiral Trina is here. Hello.
Hey, nice to meet you. I am Admiral Trina, a voice actress and Admiral VTuber. Nice to meet you.
And and if you play Admiral Trina in Mario Party, absolutely ruthless.
I promise you, I'm not toxic. I just have a lot of fun when I play competitive games.
I've seen the clips.
You know how it is.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for coming on. I know you're busy and supremely talented, by the way. Folks,
Oh, thank you.
we'll have all the links coming up, but to see what the Admiral's got going on is pretty amazing. The voice acting is going real well for you. We'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, why VTubing?
VTubing is so much fun. You get to be the character you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
and literally, you can literally just be in pajamas and straight up start streaming. That's the best part.
Yeah.
And then you meet so many amazing people in the VTuber community as well.
Well, I certainly know that. Doing these interviews, everybody has an amazing story to tell, and everybody coming from different backgrounds to do it too. It really shows you, one, how much the same people are, and two, how different people are.
Yeah, that's the truth. Everybody's got a different personality,
Yeah,
which is great.
yeah, and a different story. And glad we're able to show people this. What's your story? Have you always been a performer?
I've always wanted to do voice acting ever since I was a little baby sailor.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, and watching Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, all the classics.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, I think that's so cool that somebody actually does the voice of the character. And that's basically what inspired me to pursue voice acting.
Well, I'd say you've obviously dove into that head first and doing well in it. Recently, you picked up an awfully peachy role, did you not?
Yeah, Noko-tan from Shika Shika Noko Noko Kosh-tan-tan.
Everybody voluntarily started moving their hands when you said that. But
Yeah.
but really, that's a tremendous role, and congratulations on that.
Thank
Did you have to
you.
audition for it? Was it tough to get?
Yeah, so I auditioned and I was shocked. Basically I didn't even know what the show was or anything because everything's NDA, contract. They
Right.
can't tell you until you actually sign the contract.
Right.
So I literally auditioned and I didn't know what it was. And then they showed me the character, and I was like, oh wow, it's a cute little deer girl.
Yeah.
But this is way before when the memes showed up. The memes didn't even show up yet. So I was like, oh, it's just another anime.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I say, you got on the train right before it left the station. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that marketing campaign of theirs was pretty amazing. But when we're not talking like a side role here, you're the main role.
I know, I'm the actual deer.
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty wild. I mean, that's absolutely huge for you, and I'm glad for you. It's what is it? I am absolutely jealous of voice actors. That's all there is to it. Because radio guys are always jealous of voice actors because you get to have fun. We just talk. um,
You guys are good too, though, because you guys are really good at talking.
yeah, yeah. I wish they were really good at paying us, but that's a different story. Um, the
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's a long story. The Once you get a role like this, do you have to go to where they're recording? Can you do it from home? Is there a studio nearby you can work with?
The best part about this, I literally do it in my booth at home. I don't have to go anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cool. I bow in your general
Just
direction.
just just like VTubing, all I could literally be in pajamas voicing stuff at home too.
That's really cool. So obviously you've got yourself a nice pro setup for it because you really have to. I mean, I can sit here with a grungy microphone and do an audio only podcast, but you're talking pro level stuff. You got to have pro level equipment.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Hmm. And one thing I tell people is soundproofing is big.
Hmm.
You don't know about it until you have it up. What a difference it makes. Um, but all of that is so big. How did you get started in? I know you say you had an interest in it, but what was your first uh, foray into voice acting?
I like just like I said before, it's probably like watching cartoons.
Yeah.
Um, when I got a little bit older, that's when I like actually started like auditioning for stuff. Like it was just like, like a friend thing for for fun
Right.
and just get like experience and stuff. But yeah, there was like this one project that I did, like one of my first ones, and it was like it was like terrible like audio quality. Everything was like it was so, oh my gosh, it was like if you listen to it, you would laugh. But
Hmm.
I was so proud of it because we all worked on it together
Yeah.
and actually got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean but it got you started though. I mean, it got you on that road, and yeah, people have to realize that voice acting is acting. It's not just reading a line. If it was just reading a line, everybody could read a line, but you've got to put emphasis in it. You've got to put a personality and a character in it. Did you do acting before you did voice acting?
Like you said, definitely want to work on like acting,
Hmm.
and then your voices
Hmm.
because of course the whole point of it is voice acting.
Right. Well, and I mean, there's some people you can tell, people who really get into it and and contort themselves into doing the spot, but it really does make a difference. If you say something while you're smiling, it sounds a lot different than when you say the same thing when you're frowning. And
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff that when you're talking at the level that you're working at now, that is very important.
it is 100% important. If you are playing like a character, you want to show that emotion on what they're actually feeling. You want to be that character.
Hmm.
So um instead of saying, "Oh, this character does that," you want to be like, "I am doing that. So
Mm,
I am happy. I am sad."
right.
You want to put yourself into that character.
Yeah. And I see. I talk to folk like I'm like talk to you here. I can hear when you're smiling. I can hear.
Yeah, you can tell. You can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. I can tell when, and we can tell when people are really into what they're doing and they're enjoying themselves. But if they give you a line where, you know, somebody just watched their friend, explode or something, and you read with a big smile on your face, it's not going to work, right? That's right.
No,
I'd like to see that though. That would be pretty funny. Um,
it
the
would be funny.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. So, how many other animes have you worked on?
This is my first like official anime. I've worked on other stuff like, like video games and
Hmm.
like audiobooks. This is
Yeah.
like my first official anime role.
Audiobooks. Now that's something that I don't think a lot of people realize. That takes some work. uh,
Hmm.
you're talking about
Definitely.
you're not talking about a script. You're talking about a book.
A whole book. Yeah.
I, my wife was big into the Twilight vampire films, and
Oh yeah, I remember those.
yeah, and she bought the audio book version to play in the car while we were out driving, and it sounded like a 15-year-old Winona Ryder wannabe was reading it, and I wanted to plow the car into something. It's like, please get me out of here. So, I mean, you have to sell it too, while doing that too. Is that something that you enjoy, the
Exactly.
audiobooks?
I do think I do like audiobooks. It's different than like some character acting because you're doing like narration, but
Right.
I feel like doing everything is like it's the best.
Mm. Yeah. So, I mean, you get to you're basically voicing all the characters, but you also get to kind of set the scene too. It's not like reading a book where everything is in the mind. You're helping out with the voice to set the scene.
Yeah, you're literally you want people to see your vision. So,
Mhm.
while you narrate, people are like putting that picture in their head.
Mm. What is that like to realize that people are doing that for something that you read?
That's so cool. Like I'm like fangirling. I'm like, oh my gosh, people actually, listen to the narration, think about stuff. Wow, I did that.
So you got to be over the moon with this part coming up. I mean, people are going to
Oh
be
my
tuning in
gosh.
for this, and when the deer girl crashes, or is I think the first scene is her hanging on a wire or something. They're gonna they're gonna know they're gonna hear that voice, and it's gonna be you.
It's me. You want a piece of me? Yeah.
So I mean, how do you sleep? I'd be over. I'd be like I'd had 25 million coffees. I don't think I could bounce off the walls enough.
Oh yeah, I'm like super excited. Like every Sunday, because the episodes come out on Sunday after like afternoon. I'm like, I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it.
Well, that's great. I'm really glad for you. And it's really amazing how something like that you go and I imagine when you audition for it, you're like, you mean you didn't even know what the part was at the time, and then
Mm-mm.
then
I didn't know
suddenly
anything.
and suddenly they say, okay, here you go. We start at this date, and then you realize what it
Yeah,
was, and then you see the meme come out. It's how far can that snowball roll downhill?
it keeps going and going. I'm like, and it's crazy because like I can't talk about it because I signed a contract. I was like, I'm watching the memes and I can't say nothing.
Well, you can read. You can't even say that you're doing it. It's just bubbling inside your head. You just sit there vibrating all day.
Yeah, until the first episode came out, then I was able to be like, oh yeah.
That's me. Um, has this brought you a little more attention in the field?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people were like coming up to me, like, emailing me and messaging me. They're like, "Hey, I love your work on Nokotan. It's so cool. I recognize you from other productions and now you're doing an anime. That's amazing." Like, a lot of positivity, a lot of new people that
Hmm.
I'm meeting. I'm really grateful.
Yeah,
I'm very happy about this.
and getting some offers that you can't talk about.
Yeah.
NDAs. But it's a one really meaty role like that can open up so many doors. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
and now you've got so many doors in front of. Okay, how many of these could you do at once?
I feel like I work on like a lot of projects at once. I'm hoping like this will open the door to doing even more anime roles in the future,
Hmm.
hopefully.
Yeah, I would think. I would think it would,
Hmm.
and more roles in general. Now, what about not just anime, but animated films in general?
Oh yeah, like cartoons. Like it'd be so amazing if I could do like, Cartoon Network, Disney, all that. That would be awesome.
Mm. 'Cause there's plenty of that going around. There's plenty of animation, and the bigger your resume, and the more people listen and wonder who that actor is behind the voice, the more that you get recognized, the more chances you're going to have. People are going to start thinking of you first.
Wow, you think so? You really think so?
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's how I imagine it works. They're gonna, I mean, they're gonna listen to this part for you, and they're gonna, well, who's doing the voice for this? And they'll look it up, and they're like, okay, well, we'd like them to do this, and they'll send you the offer. You're gonna have to get like an agent and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. At that point, for sure.
The admiral's going to need a first mate to help out with all everything's going
I need the whole crew.
on. Oh, I'm glad for you. I'm glad for you, and it's great to see. I've talked to some people who've mentioned you on interviews before. Nothing but good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they go. You gotta talk to Trina. It's really, and to me that means a lot because that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, we talk to people and people's people mention themselves, people mention people help, but to have your name actually come up when we're talking to other people means that you've been something to those folks.
I don't know who they are, but whoever they are, you are awesome. I love you. You guys are great. Like we gotta be friends.
uh, it's just all too good right now, isn't it?
Yeah, like I can't like this has been like such an amazing year so far. Like everything is great. Like I'm so happy, so positive. Like this is the year.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So, what are you going to do with your streaming channel with all this going on?
I'd like to do personally I would love to do more like song covers, like maybe even do like the Sheep and Noko song in English,
Mm,
maybe.
yeah. Mm. Well, I'm glad you brought up song covers because you just had a original come out, did you not?
Yep, that was my first ever solo original song.
Yeah.
That was also a dream of mine to do. Um, I've always wanted to do an original song as a VTuber,
Hmm.
and finally got that chance this year too. See, once
You're
again, another dream of mine came true.
gonna have to come up with some more dreams.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. What we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna play that song for everybody if that's okay with you. And
Yeah, for sure.
here, go ahead and introduce it for us.
This song, my first ever original song, is called Final Act.
When you're hearing it on Eric Loy interviews.
So, is this what you wanted? Don't tell me no. I am tired of this one person show. 'Cause boy, you gotta act, yeah, boy, you gotta act. Stop feeling so attacked. Love me is an easy thing to say when you're swept away by the kiss of shame. The outcome's all the same. It became a mess. Say less. There's nothing left for us to address. Unless, darling, I'm not done with you, but let me rephrase. Our days might be numbered if you keep looking away. Get back on your stage. I am so tired of your poor acting. She lies so distracted.
Well, there you hear it from the Admiral. Admiral Trina's original there. Um, how did you choose this one to sing?
I wanted to do like a cool style vibe.
Hmm.
Like you know, I was thinking about doing like someone described it as like a modern villain Disney kind of song. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, 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 kind of. I can see that. I can see that. And uh, doing this and who did the mixing for you? Did you do it yourself?
Oh no, I wish I was talented to do that. No,
Mm,
no, I just did vocals.
mm,
Very talented mixer. Her name is Ghost. That's her username.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of folks. Even us in the radio business know that the dial spinners are the ones that make it go. Thank you very much, dial
For
spinners.
sure.
Yes,
We can't do it without them.
absolutely. Um, and now that you got that in the can, so to speak, and you've recorded it, you play it back. What are your feelings?
I am again like super happy that this actually happened. I've been wanting to do this for like years, an original song. So again, my dream came true.
Well, it's the first of hopefully many that you're gonna put up there for us, and
Hmm.
you know this is all it's all kind of pointing in the same direction here of overall entertaining and being an entertaining person. You have a lot of talents, obviously, and and people are recognizing that. As a young admiral, a baby admiral or a child admiral, were you thinking at the time that even in your wildest dreams, that you'd have the opportunities that you have now?
No, I honestly, if I never did like singing and voice acting and being a VTuber, I feel like my life would be like totally different right now. Like doing these things opened up so many opportunities, and I'm really glad I did.
Wow, it's something to see, to watch not only somebody's dreams come true, but exceed it.
Yeah.
It really has happened for you, and it's great to hear. And I don't see anything but continued up for you at this point. Um, it's it's uh, it's great to see that you're still looking up, and and everything's fallen into place. I mean, what would be your goal next, other than maybe doing some more singing? Uh, if
I,
have you
I
found out any more dreams to put on the table?
I would really want to do a 3D VTuber concert. Like that would be like one of my next things that I want to reach towards.
Oh, I can see that. In fact, I think it's going to happen tomorrow. at the rate, at the rate things are going for you, yeah, probably
Right?
as soon as we're done here, your phone will ring and it'll be all set up.
Yeah.
Now, folks, don't let me uh, play down what the admiral's done here. Admiral Trina's done a lot of work to get to where she is now, um, and um, you paid your dues. But
Thank you.
but the fact is, it's paid off, and it shows what sticking to your goals, sticking to your guns, and working toward what you want can do. Um, and I imagine there were some times where things weren't looking so good, but I hope those are in the far rear view mirror for you now.
Yeah. I feel like with like feeling burnout and stuff, it's always important to take breaks. Like you always you always want to have like that work balance and play balance and rest too. Like I totally believe like vacations are necessary. You cannot keep working every single day. You need to rest for yourself
Hmm.
in order to be productive.
Yep, yep. And as far as I'm concerned, I need to rest about 362 days of the year.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Once you get older, you need all the rest you can get. Uh,
Gotta get good sleep.
yeah. Well, we'll see about that. Admiral Trina, it's an absolute pleasure to talk with you, and it's great to meet you. Um, I feel like I'm interviewing someone who's just getting started on a stardom path. Um, and here in a few years, you're going to be everywhere, and you're just getting started. Um, Congratulations for getting your hard work rewarded, and may it continue in the future. And when it does, think of the old man and come back for some more talk, okay?
Yeah, I would love to. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.